Hello everybody, my name is Benjamin Bloom and welcome to my kitchen today. We needed a bit more space because I'm going to attempt a review of all of the managers working in the Championship this season. The way I'm going to do it is the way I did my team of the season last year. So I have worked out some tiers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiers, and I'm going to sort all the managers into the appropriate tiers. So I'm not going to rank them 1 to 24, I'm going to sort them into tiers, and hopefully the view from that camera up there should allow everybody to see everything. Now quickly, before I start, whenever we do these type of opinion videos, people get very, very emotional in the comments. It's just a bit of fun. We're ranking the managers against each other, not against average Joe blogs. Yes, I know they all have good CVs. They have to have good CVs to even get there. I'm ranking them against each other, and I'm going to try my best to focus just on the manager and not on the wealth of the club or the size of the club or other factors. But it's very hard, and sometimes they're interlinked. So I'm going to try my best to do this. Really interested in people's comments, but what is pretty irrelevant is putting no, why have you put him here? Because I'm just about to do a video explaining that. What's really helpful is if you've got an opinion, just say where you would have each manager in the comments, and that makes life a hell of a lot easier when my phone pings 100 times after I do this video. So we're going to switch views, and you're just going to see my hands and the names of the managers. Let me tell you what the categories are. So at the bottom, unproven, then low expectations, safe hands in the middle, high expectations, those I think might do well, and proven, those who I'm pretty certain are going to do well. Let's get to the other view. Okay, so here is the board. Hopefully you can see everything, and I think I need to stand quite still so things don't roll around. We are going to go in alphabetical order, club by club. So here is number 1, Daniel Stendel of Barnsley, another foreign manager in the Championship. Barnsley just come up from League One, so good to have a promotion on his CV, but like I say, that is just about the bare minimum of Championship managers. I don't think I can put him in unproven because of that promotion. I don't know whether he's a safe pair of hands because he's never worked the Championship here. I'm going to try not to get club and values. He's somewhere in between there. So I am going to put Daniel Stendel in low expectations. If he keeps them in the division, it's a good job. On to Birmingham and Pep Clotet. We assume he's going to be the manager. Gary Monk gotten rid of by Trillion Trophy Asia. I don't know anything about Pep Clotet, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to put him in the unproven category. He could prove me wrong and come immediately into a safe pair of hands, but needs a little bit of time. Here comes Tony Mowbray, who probably is the definition of a safe pair of hands. Very, very experienced. We know what we're going to get. Did a good job to have Blackburn in the middle, held on to key players and brought in some experience. So I'm putting Tony Mowbray in as a safe pair of hands. Here's an interesting one, Thomas Frank. So worked at Brentford for a long while, and we certainly don't have low expectations of Brentford. Bit streaky last season, but went in and sorted it out, went to the 3 at the back. He's proven himself to be a safe pair of hands, and with the signings they've brought in, let's go for high. I have high expectations of Thomas Frank. Oh dear, this one's got me over and over and over again. Lee Johnson, sometimes you think he's great, sometimes you think he's terrible. Streaky Lee, weird runs of results, but ultimately still stays there and still always around the playoffs. Difficult one. This could be the season where he becomes proven and he actually gets a team into the playoffs, or God forbid, even promoted. I just haven't seen enough evidence from Johnson that it's not going to be another streaky, weird season to have high expectations for him. So I have to say, Lee Johnson is going in safe hands. Here comes Neil Warnock of Cardiff. Could there be any more of a proven Championship manager? He always gets promoted. He's got parachute money and it's potentially his last year in employment. He has to go in proven. Lee Bowyer again. Difficult for me to differentiate between club and manager here. Did a superb job to get Charlton up, which would go in high expectations. But unfortunately, how can you have high expectations at Charlton when De Châtelet is still there and the takeover hasn't happened? Maybe when the takeover happens, I'm going to move him across there. But I'm sorry, Lee Bowyer, despite the brilliant job you did last year, I cannot call you a pair of safe hands until that ownership changes. I know that's pretty harsh on here. Here's a new boy, Philippe Cocu. We don't know anything about him in terms of the Championship, but we know that in Holland he did a great job, very experienced, worked at the highest level. Oh, go on, why not? High expectations, Philippe Cocu. Should he be able to replicate that work in Holland, then Derby are going to have a good season. If it's more Fenerbahce, then it's going to be there. But I'm going to leave Cocu in there. Here comes Scott Parker. Fulham have got a brilliant possible first team now. But how can I not have Scott Parker as unproven? He could immediately, if he gets them promoted, go over to there. But I'm afraid Scott Parker's only been managing a short while. He's got to go in unproven. But that could very quickly jump with Mr. Knockaert, Mr. Cavaliero, Mr. Mitrovic and Kearney. He should definitely be somewhere over here, somewhere through the season. Jan Sievert of Huddersfield. I don't know a lot about him, but one thing is going to make me put him in here, that he's come from that culture of Borussia Dortmund where David Wagner and Daniel Farke came from, and with parachute money means I have high expectations for Jan Siewert. Oh, here comes Grant McCann. Great job at Doncaster last season, but he's working for the Alams. He may well prove to be a safe pair of hands, but while they have no money and he has no Championship experience, I'm going to have to put him in low expectations. Wow, whoever thought we'd be dealing with that name in the Championship. I know some will say Leeds collapsed last year, but this guy is proven. I think with his resources, with no parachute money, I think he did a great job and they just didn't get over the line. He does, however, need to deliver that promotion, else he's going to be somewhere else over here. Here's Graham Jones, who announced he was going to take over at Luton, I think in February or something, but only just joined. So he's been an assistant, he's worked some great jobs, but he has to go in unproven for now, and we will judge him down the line. And how else can I not put Jonathan Woodgate in unproven? Literally hasn't managed a game. We'll see how he does. Austerity Middlesbrough, no parachute money. That has run out now. Neil Harris, who I would have had over here after he nearly got in the playoffs. What a brilliant job that first season up. Difficult season last year. I don't see, it's a bit of a transition. I don't see them getting up high, but hopefully not in the bottom six. So Neil Harris is going to be a safe pair of hands to guide Millwall to Championship, maybe third quartile, I would have thought. Sabri Lamucci, my goodness me. Again, it's difficult to separate club and manager. Forest has been a bit of a disaster recently. Lots of managers everywhere. I've got to say my expectations for him are low because Forest and Mr. Marianakis expect to be promoted. They have high expectations. I don't know whether he can deliver that in his first season in the Championship. Hey, I could be completely proven wrong, and they go like the clappers, and he's over here, but remains to be seen. Preston and Alex Neil, this is a difficult one because he exceeded expectations, I would say, last year. I'm not sure whether Preston make playoffs, how they can keep just continually bringing players in from lower divisions, having success, selling them on. Somewhere in between there, but sorry, Preston fans, I'm going to drop Alex Neil in the safe hands group. Mark Warburton, again, can I separate club and manager? He's just gone in at QPR. There's no money there. There's never been any money there. Bit of a basket case club. When he was at Brentford, if he'd just gone there, I would have him over here. But I've got to drop him over into low expectations. I'm being a bit harsh here, aren't I? Let's straighten them up a little bit. Jose Gomez of Reading, he got them survival last year, but a lot of late goals. The XG said they should have gone down. So I'm not having it yet. Sorry, he's going in low expectations too. I've got lots of low expectations for a lot of people. I might need to open up another gap now. Sheffield Wednesday, well, we don't know who the manager is going to be, quite frankly, do we? So I don't really know where I can put Sheffield Wednesday. I guess they'll get Rauer or Karanka or someone of that nature who'll be in that category. But we're going to have to put Sheffield Wednesday to one side. Ooh, Nathan Jones. Now, this didn't go well for Nathan Jones last year. He came in, Stoke looked very stodgy. They've gone for a bit more championship experience. They have got... they've got a good squad though, haven't they? Based on last season, my expectations are low. I think it's going to be different this season. He did a great job at Luton. He's got his feet under the table. Let's stick him in there with these other guys. Prepared to fall on my sword over that one. Steve Cooper goes into a Swansea who are all set up with a great system and a huge calibre from that England representative team that he did so well with. Do you know what? I think if he continues to work there and they work the structure, I've got quite high expectations for Swansea. Let's put Steve Cooper in there. Goodness me, what a big name that is. Is he proven though, Slaven Bilic? Obviously, Croat national manager, exudes charisma. I just think these two guys are just a little bit ahead, but I've got to have high expectations for Slaven Bilic to do well at West Brom. And finally, Paul Cook, promoted with Wigan. Good job last season, but fell away a little bit towards the end. I don't think they're going down, but I think they're going to be near the bottom. Somewhere between here and here. I don't think my expectations are high for Paul Cook. So there you have it. That is hopefully 23 out of the 24 managers. Obviously, we'll wait and see where Sheffield Wednesday winds up. Unproven guys over here at Birmingham, at Fulham, at Luton and at Borough. They could all move across or they could be out of jobs. Not sure about these guys. Barnsley, Charlton, Wigan, Hull, Forest, QPR, Reading. Although even reading the names of those clubs, I feel I'm being a little bit harsh because it's more about the club, I think, than the actual manager there. I think these guys are all going to be okay. And are we finally going to see Lee Johnson move over into the high expectations category? The business looks good, but he's got to stop the streaky Lee stuff. You would expect these guys to all be nice and safe in the middle at Blackburn, Millwall and at Preston. Expectations here for playoff managers. Frank, I like how he switched up the system last year. Koku, high calibre, Derby always there or thereabouts. Siwa, honestly, I'm a bit lame. It's just the Borussia Dortmund link that's getting me. Nathan Jones, feet under the table. Steve Cooper, I like the journey, and Bilic, just the charisma. And you would think that these two guys will expect to be delivering promotion. They're probably the oldest two managers in there, and that's why they are completely proven, Warnock and Bielsa. And we're back on the big camera. Thank you for watching. Hopefully that made some sense and looked all right on the other camera. So I have ranked Championship managers unproven, low expectations, safe hands, high expectations, proven. Again, I will reiterate, I do love to hear from you guys in the comments, but on an opinion piece, there isn't much point arguing that my opinion's wrong. I would much rather hear what your opinion actually is. I.e., if you don't think I've got someone in the right category, tell me where you would put them, rather than tell me what a fraud I am, or whatever language we're gonna get to use. Hopefully we can take a look back at this and maybe have a good laugh about how right I was or how wrong I was on some of them. Interested to hear in the comments what you think. As always, let's just keep it a little bit civilized. I'm gonna attempt to do this for the actual teams, and maybe we'll do a bit more of a ranking there, 1 to 24. I don't know if I've got the balls. Yeah, let's see. In the meantime, though, follow me on Twitter at Benjamin Bloom. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for regular notifications. Nearly there. Championship season just sort of 2 weeks away. Now, bring it on. Thanks for watching. Over and out.